Jintan wants to know whether you can go underwater with dreadlocks. So in Jintan's question, Jintan assumes that you can't go underwater with dreadlocks and wants that confirming or unconfirming? It's wrong. It's an incorrect assumption. You can most definitely, certainly go underwater with dreadlocks. And so let's go underwater now. Let's not. We don't have the production budget for that. People swim with dreadlocks regularly. People in pools and in oceans. People dive with dreadlocks. I mean, one of the big things, like, dreadlocks seem to be like heavily tied to surfer people. These people surfing, yeah, they go underwater unless they're super talented and never fall off the surfboard. Never happens. I think the thing is, regarding dreadlocks and going underwater, it's more that when you have really young dreadlocks, it's probably not the best idea to immediately submerge them totally in water, especially if it's in like a pool. So there's kind of two, I guess, no, there are three sort of underwater options: freshwater, saltwater, pool water. Pool water is kind of the nasty one in my experience, in that, you know, if you swim in the pool and then you touch your hair, it's kind of like that nasty globby stuff. The same thing happens with dreadlocks, but kind of more so. They become really not nice to touch. So you want to wash them kind of immediately, and it takes a lot of scrubbing and soaking and squeezing to get all that nasty chlorine sort of feeling off the dreads. So if your dreads are really, really young, like immature young, I don't know, I'm not going to put a date on it, 3 weeks, 8 days, no. If your dreads are really young, then the process of going underwater and then trying to scrub out all the chlorine, it's going to leave them extra frizzy and messy, probably not all that great. So in that situation, I wouldn't recommend jumping straight in the pool with dreads. You can still do it, it's pools. The other options: freshwater, saltwater. Freshwater is not going to have much more of an effect on the dreads versus just washing your hair in the bath, really. It's just like the dreads get wet, you come out, you wash the fresh water back out, good to go, no worries. Saltwater is like the complete opposite of pool water. Pool water is like gross for dreads because it's like, ugh. Whereas saltwater, actually, saltwater doesn't immediately make your dreads super nice to touch, but the salt kind of dries the hair out, gives them sort of more friction, I guess, between the hairs. And so swimming in the ocean regularly can actually be beneficial for dreads. Regardless of the age, swimming in the ocean can be really good. That's why people like make saltwater sprays, and there are dreadlock tightening sprays, which are basically saltwater sprays. Or you can even buy like that beach hair texturizer stuff for regular hair, and you can use that on dreadlocks and it kind of has the same effect. So saltwater swimming is actually good for dreads, which would completely disprove the original question of that you can't swim with dreads, go underwater. Maybe I completely read the question wrong. Maybe it's you can't go underwater with dreadlocks in a submarine. Like, yeah, I know you can swim with them, but can you go really deep underwater? Or, not a submarine, like one of those diving helmets, you know, the big metal ones, and that could potentially be true. You cannot go underwater with dreadlocks in one of those really deep water diving suits with big metal helmet because your hair won't fit inside the helmet. Gotcha. I hope that somewhat helped with the question. I didn't ramble too much. Well, I know I rambled too much, but that's why we're here, right? Because one day I'm gonna ramble into something useful. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Farewell!